So that actually just happened, the Minecraft or whatever. I know a bunch of casual people are freaking out about it because it was delayed for the PS4 and Xbox One.
What?
Yeah.
It was supposed to come out this month.
Yeah, it's being delayed like 2-3 more months because they failed the checks on both Xbox One and PS4.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Greg Miller is going to be
Minecraft,
so pissed.
of all games, like one of the
It's
most seemingly
simple
games. Yeah.
You think you would just have to port it to console, switch a few controls, and we're done.
Yeah,
There's not much.
Just use the touchpad on this one.
How 1080p can you get?
Yeah.
I need an 181st pixel right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's. I don't know what they could have filmed.
They're optimizing for 4K.
Oh,
4K.
yeah.
How
is that next?
I went to Best Buy on Sunday
Mm-hmm.
and looked at their 4K TVs. I was just walking around, and
We're
they
recording,
are
by the way, so.
incredible, awesome.
You
4K's TVs, like seriously, my eyes were
Like 4K
They were pleased.
no 4K. Like it's double the resolution of 1080p.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
It's
I-
nuts. I looked at that.
I feel like I'm lost technological wise because I have never heard.
You've
of
never heard of
never
4K?
Heard of a 4K
oh,
TV.
Man, you need to
I
look
haven't
them up.
either.
I
It's
was gonna
okay.
say I'm on
What?
a,
Yeah.
I'm on a tube still. I got that CRT.
I mean, I'm not. Yeah, dude, I played on this thing on Call of Duty forever because I couldn't make the switch to flat screen.
I mean,
I like
It is different.
They're uber
The reaction
expensive.
time, I feel like, is a little
Yeah.
off for me.
with plasma screens and stuff. Yes, there's a tad bit of delay. That's what a lot of people are like. Oh man,
Mhm.
there's no such thing.
Like when you switch, it's different. Like
Oh,
if
yeah.
you start on it,
Yeah.
you're fine. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I remember you wouldn't play on your flat
I couldn't
screen.
play. I would
And
never play Call of Duty because I'm like, oh my god, I'm so bad.
The
Like,
TVs.
even though if you would have
I'm
played it for
fucking on
probably
my
like 3
KD
weeks,
right now.
you would have been.
Yeah.
yeah, no.
that no, but I moved it in there at one point, the Xbox, and I tried so hard to make
did
the
it feel
switch.
did it feel
and
kind of delayed to you? Just a little bit.
It's just like it didn't
Like a
quite,
split second.
Like my perception of where, like, I guess the distance on the screen, or like how far I couldn't figure out how far I needed to sit.
You had a lot more
And-
pixels to work with.
Yeah, like
Huh.
like the way, I don't know, like I was so used to sitting, in one spot with Call of Duty,
Mhm.
and like I would like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
basically
You got,
associate like a certain distance.
Yeah,
between
no,
the
you're
people,
just
and then
used
like
to it.
my thumb would.
You had double the pixels, and now you're just like
My
lost.
thumb. It was really my thumb that couldn't make the adjustment.
Yeah, and the
He was
aspect
like,
ratio and everything's
Yeah.
different. Like if it's widescreen,
He's like, "What are
you're
you
like-
doing to me?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, so that's a big thing with competitive gamers is that they, if you see people on CRTs, there's no delay time or whatever. But like, I play on a monitor, and I play on a very small monitor.
I play on a monitor as well.
It's beautiful, right? It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I
play
just
my-
started. Yeah.
I
It's-
play my PS4 on a monitor, and it's the best thing.
Yeah, that. I was gonna say, do you HDMI or?
Yeah, HDMI.
Okay, I do the VGA, so I'm still kind of a
Oh,
little
yeah.
back in generation.
That's how
but-
my desktop is set up. So it's my computer monitor for my desktop, and I just unplug the HDMI and swap it.
Yeah,
And
okay.
so it's so nice.
I need to
I've
do
got a
that.
crappy LCD.
I need to do that for my Xbox, but like certain competitive gamers, they won't play on anything with a 5ms. They won't do it. They'll freak out. They're like, no, it's too much delay.
See, that's too intense for me. I don't care.
It's just an excuse.
I just have it, and I like it.
Yeah, I mean, at a competition level, it's an excuse. Like that's one thing. Like, oh, the monitors are bad now. It's not. It's if you can't play on anything, you shouldn't be playing.
Yeah. I know. I was really scared because whenever I went to that TCC tournament,
Yeah.
that was the first tournament I went to for any video game really, and I was like, oh gosh, these TVs. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make the switch, but I sat down. It was fine. Like
Yeah.
they were fine.
And all in all, it's like a good experience.
Yeah.
It's good to get out there and
Oh,
do
yeah.
it. Do it for
It's so much
even
different.
just once.
It's so much different.
Oh yeah, no, it's a whole nother game types and how people play and how people communicate, and then there's
Oh, yeah.
everyone screaming at each other. So
Oh yeah.
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 Hey, universe! This is episode 11
Wow.
11 troop.
of the Game Called Life podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Josh Burgolari, and to my left, the man that used to not be funny, but now he is, Cole Penrice.
Hey guys.
To my right, Mr. Zach Pittman.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And across from me this week, our special guest, Micah Rice.
What's going on, guys?
So what's up, guys? We had a little display talk. That was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It was
beautiful.
pretty good.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Flowed well.
I mean, for the
It's
first
good.
time for me. Yeah.
We'll see what we might put that at the end. We'll keep it as a really long intro.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we've been talking about. Some good old displays here on Game Called Life, getting us kicked off. Like I said, Mr. Micah Rice is our special guest today. Micah, why do we have you in this chair? Who are you?
Oh, well, I am a competitive Halo player. I'm actually a semi-professional Halo player. I've been playing Halo since pretty much 2001, but I've been playing competitively since 2009 and going to tournaments since 2011. Just been doing that and being a big voice in the competitive scene for Halo and pretty much any game. I'm actually picking up competitive Smash,
Ooh,
so
there
it's
you
a
go.
it's a whole new ballpark playing.
Oh,
Casual and competitive. It's if you're local in Oklahoma, go to an HXC tournament, and if you see me or any of the top players, talk to us. We'll try to get you introduced. We're not, that's the thing that I didn't have when I was starting. Everyone was really content to themselves,
Yeah.
and I try to go out of my way to talk to others and like, hey, what game are you playing? Are you good luck? Do you need help? Do you need someone to coach you?
It's like really hard to break into status stuff like that in competitions, and
yeah, and
kind of need to take someone under your wing.
Yeah, people tell me, I've had COD players come up and they're like, Mike, I really need you to coach me. I mean, you've been there, you've been to the top, and I'm like, I've been to the top. I still got a long ways to go, but I can definitely, give you my word of advice. Like one player came up to me, he's like, Mike, my hands are shaking. Like I don't know what to do. He's like, I'm freaking out.
That's the worst.
I got that. Yeah.
He's playing a number 1 seeded team in the state, and he was like shaking. I'm like, listen, go in there, play as if you're at home. Visualize your TV, visualize no one else around you. And he was like, okay. He went in and he just went off. He's dropped 40 bombs. He was screaming at him. He was having the time of his life. And he was like, I did it. And I could see my TV and no one could beat me. Like I was playing online.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
And,
That's awesome.
it's always good to do that and make someone actually, even though they're playing out of their element, just get them back into it. Have kind of a voice of reason.
Oh yeah.
So you're there. You've been playing semi-professionally, just kind of being strong, trying to push that, be positive energy.
Oh yeah.
That's always great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not a lot of, gaming in general, it does have a lot of that, but it's so easy to see the negative side of that.
Yeah.
So it's always nice to have.
Yeah.
I'm sure it helps
It's
a
so
ton of
easy
people.
for people to attack that negative stigma that it has, based on the stupid rumors. They're
Well, just
gaming's
keeping
bad,
just
but,
keeping people out of competitive stuff. Like,
Right.
oh, we're too good. You're new here. Get out of here.
Yeah.
And that's that's one thing that makes me super mad. I've seen top players scream at little kids. It's disgusting. We tell them like, dude, when's the last time you won a tournament? Like, why are you screaming at little kids, man?
Yeah, that's
We had a
ridiculous.
dad, and it was the coolest thing I've ever seen. I took a picture with him, but we had a dad with his 3 sons. They played in the Halo tournament. I stood behind him. I was like, you guys go. Like, this is your time. Go. This is we'll see you in the final. Like, I was hyping them up, and the little kids were standing up screaming. It was awesome.
That's cool.
It was the coolest thing. I took it was like, you were the coolest dad ever. Like, my dad would never do this with me.
Yeah.
Like he always told me, he's like, no, I can't wait you to quit gaming. And I was like, no, I gotta keep doing it. It's something I'm very passionate about. So
Right.
Yeah, I feel you. The
Yeah.
passion's a big thing. I mean, that's why I do that. That's why I wanted to start this, and I think that's
Yeah.
why we do
Mhm.
this.
I could
Just-
say that's why I'm here.
Definitely.
Like, it's not paying the
So-
bills, but I'm really passionate about it, and I love it.
heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Along with gaming as well.
Because my parents were kind of the same way. They had a time limit on my gaming when I was little, and they're if we got in trouble, we got grounded from our games, and they really weren't a fan of the idea, and so that kind of like made me, go with something that I would be like successful at.
Yeah.
And but now I'm just kind of like, you know what? I just love video games, and I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah.
I don't really care. So
And
yeah, that was really.
I was saying that's a
feel ya.
huge thing, and like even today, like it's being seen as a sport.
Yeah.
Gaming is being seen as a sport, and I
Mhm.
think that's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
you're having a lot of Ivy League schools have scholarships
Right.
for League of Legends. And
Right.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
I love
and
it.
I find that a kid from nothing, just playing League of Legends can become something, and
Yeah.
I get in an argument with people all the time, even older people. I'm like, gaming is a sport, and they're like, no, it's not, and I'm like, all right, let me kind of step back a little bit. League of Legends is a sport.
People get paid to play video games.
6-figure incomes, like Team Solo Mid. You guys probably
Yeah.
know
I've heard of
TSM.
Solo Mid.
They're
Even with their streaming, they're making so much.
ridiculous
Like,
amounts.
It's dumb how much people donate to people that play.
But
games.
it's awesome. I love that it's a thing. I love that this world has let that become a thing.
It
and
is.
It's becoming more mainstream. And I mean, even outside of just playing games, like journalism, making, like everything about gaming and the games industry
Yeah.
is like a viable job. And now I'm realizing that growing up, I'm like, I'm allowed to like video games a lot. Like I can
Yeah.
do something. It wasn't just a waste
times
of
are
time.
changed, it's not just Mario and Zelda around here. And
Say we go Sonic fan for life, man.
Sonic,
I was a
really?
Sega. Oh yeah,
Oh,
man. I was a
nice.
Sega
Okay.
fan.
I used to play it on PC. One of them. I couldn't tell you which one.
I was the
but-
one that everyone went against. They're like, yeah, I like Mario. I'm like, Mario.
Let's get on to Sega.
Like, listen here. I was like, I gotta
It's
drink.
funny. One of my first gaming systems was a Sega Saturn, actually.
Wow. That's the one console I have not played. Was a Sega
Really?
Saturn.
The one console. It's inside if you want to.
Really?
If you wanna
I
change
need to.
it,
I need to
can bring
try it.
in.
I want to, man.
It
That's
is
awesome.
inside.
That'd be cool.
I don't know if it still works, but
We will
try
see.
it.
like it hasn't been touched in so long. But I mean, last time I hooked it up, it was fine. I played like not Madden. It was like it was NFL. It was like NFL football or
It was probably not even Madden at that
it was
time.
like
It was probably
Acclaim.
just called football.
yeah, it was like Acclaim.
Let's be
Sega
real here.
football or something
Sega
like that,
football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't quote me on that, but I played like that and like baseball and like a couple like driving games, but and like we had this Virtua Cop. I don't know if you had that. I guess it's normally an arcade game.
Yeah,
My-
I've
my
played
mom
that in
wouldn't
the
let me play it.
arcade.
My mom wouldn't let me play it because it involves shooting.
Really?
You know you're a cop, which I didn't really. I was like,
You're
that was the
upholding
game
good.
that was a
I
game.
mean, I get it, but
Yeah, I mean like, see, this is a mom that
yeah,
wouldn't let us
my
watch
mom,
Rugrats when
my
I was
mom was
little.
the same way, so I totally understand. What
Yeah,
you're
I was
talking
very
about.
sheltered as a
Yeah,
child.
but
as well.
like that was a game that we broke out in the basement when you
Sleep.
like,
Bust out the Saturn. Get
she,
the
she
cop
just
game.
went to the grocery
Get
store. We
Virtual
have
Cop.
45 minutes.
No.
This game is awesome.
That's what older siblings are for.
hear the door shut. Different game.
That thing just goes out the
give me the
window.
disc. I gotta run it up, put it in her hiding room space in her room.
Oh gosh, yes, those.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah,
my
but-
mom wasn't that protective, but like
Yeah.
it was the same way.
Yeah, I never got to freaking fully play that game though.
Why did you guys buy it?
Oh well.
It was my older brother bought it. He bought like that and like a bunch of games with it, so
Oh.
like we played it.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
Sweet.
That makes sense.
mhm.
I was like, I've had a few games where I'm like, I don't think I should play this. I don't know if I should. I'm gonna take this out and hide this one.
Yeah,
Punish
I-
myself. Why'd I play that? This is my
Those-
fault.
Those are the ones I played at friends' houses. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Grand
GTA
Theft
Vice
Auto
City.
As a kid.
yeah,
GTA.
I played that at 2 different friends'
I
houses.
remember playing Tekken at a friend's house. I was like, "This is the best game ever!" Tekken 4, man.
Speaking of Tekken 4, drink of the day.
Yes, perfectly. Along with
Gotta love
Tekken
those.
4.
Gotta love those segues.
Perfect segues here at GCL. That's all right. We don't have a drink of the day. Well, we're gonna be drinking.
I'm
it,
drinking
but-
Mountain Dew.
What,
That
Josh
water
got a
life.
Mountain Dew. Micah's here got a Nestle.
Nestle.
Solid
Pure
choice.
Life water.
Nestle Pure Life.
Shout out
And
to
me
them.
and Zach are gonna take a shot of the day, which
Yep.
is Bacardi Citrus Limon. I don't know if you
Oh,
guys
we've
were
had it.
around for the Summer Hummer.
The
That's
summer.
when we
That
last
was a good drink.
broke that out. So we just polished off this bottle. We're gonna take
Yeah.
this shot real quick. Josh and Michael can watch.
Cheers.
It
Like a
smells
boss.
amazing, by the way. It smells
Citrus
awesome.
Limon. Ooh,
Nice
It's not
burn.
bad.
it's actually a sort of comfortable burn. I mean,
Yeah.
I usually have a lot of trouble with shots or like straight alcohol because some bad times that I had at some certain universities in
You
the
learn.
local area.
You learn from your mistakes.
I was gonna say
I
I've
learned
only
from
done
my
it
mistakes,
once.
yeah.
I've only done that once, and it was Fireball. So I had a different.
Oh,
I had an
Oh,
okay.
Man.
It was-
I didn't
Fireball's
drink
pretty
Fireball
good.
like candy. To be fair.
I tasted.
Yeah.
it. I was like, it tastes okay.
Yeah. Hot tamales. All right. I've been drinking this whole
We
bottle.
actually talked about mixing Fireball and beer earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, actually,
Angry
Oh.
Orchard and Fireball.
Yeah.
Mixing those together.
it's like an apple
cinnamon
cider. Yeah,
It's a hot cinnamon
apple
apple.
pie.
Not quite.
My
It's
buddy.
really
It's
good.
basically the same thing.
Let's say my buddy Van, he swore up and down that he had apple pie moonshine at a party, and he got ripped off, and it was apple cider, and he never heard the end of it. It's hilarious. He's like,
So
he's like,
funny.
I swear, it's apple pie moonshine. I'm like, dude, it's red. This is not moonshine. Is clear. And he's
Or
like,
lightly
no.
tinted.
Yeah.
I actually had apple pie moonshine. My uncle made it. And it was on a vacation to Virginia, and it was my mom's side, and he had moonshine, and it was the apple pie, and it was so good.
Didn't
it,
you say like?
It didn't even taste like alcohol. I could have chugged that whole bottle. It tasted like cider. He made it himself with like Everclear and everything. He had 2 different
Oh my
batches.
God.
It was intense. It was like
Jeez,
100 proof
Lord,
or over 100 proof. It
let's
was
say I'm
insane.
not that adventurous.
Yeah,
I
like I
just
said,
had
we
a
learned from our
little bit.
mistakes.
Family gatherings in
Let's see.
Virginia get you nowhere. Is that what you're telling us, Josh?
What? No, I said the moonshine was great.
Ah.
Listen to that story.
Drink of the day, Bacardi Citrus Limon. Shot
Right.
of the day. I'm
Enjoyed
sorry.
it.
Heck yeah.
We've been getting
Yeah.
just really lazy with our drinks lately.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I think we've had beer for like 6 weeks.
Hey, I think
You guys
um,
had Bud Light Lime because you're like, oh, it's in Cole's fridge, so I guess we'll make it.
That was all we had. We
Shout
didn't
out
wanna
to
take
Cole.
shots.
That's
This-
okay. I mean, that's okay.
this could be a good opportunity for all of you people that actually listen to maybe chime in on Twitter. Suggest
us a
something.
drink.
Yeah.
do it.
A drink
Unless
or
it's disgusting,
or
then don't do that.
maybe a good beer.
This was probably a terrible idea, actually. They're going to be like, drink
Hey.
boogers and
Well, no, we're not going to drink
water
that.
mixed together. I don't
Boogers
even
and
know.
wine.
Let's just put ranch and ketchup together. Go for it.
Oh, nope.
Spike it with some not Bacardi. Malibu.
Okay.
That was what
Ew,
came to mind.
ketchup and ranch and Malibu?
Oh, except don't do anything with Malibu. I don't like coconut.
Except not Malibu. Okay, I guess so.
I'd substitute for something.
Yeah.
But yeah, suggest us a drink or a beer, like a good beer that you find at a liquor store, not like the Buds and those stuffs.
Not
Yeah.
the ones you could steal. Let's not do that.
Like good
Yeah.
ones I got to go to a liquor store to acquire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you know a beer is good. It's like
Yeah.
you're at a liquor store or a huge bar.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I'm
Now-
only 20. I don't know why I agreed.
I don't know.
Yeah, same.
Eventually,
I'm on that
yes.
20
Yeah. Alcoholic
You learn.
conversations.
It's okay.
No.
You're prepared now.
I'm prepared.
I'm showing you the way.
I'll probably be
yeah.
okay.
You mentioned, Micah, HXC Gaming. Can you tell me about that? Because I've heard that, and I feel like I might have been at the same tournament with
It's-
Call of Duty.
HXC Gaming is ran by a guy named Timmy Scorcher and
Yes, I know him,
another
yeah.
handful of people. And what that is, it's hardcore gaming events. It's what I was introduced to. It's one of the big tournament organizers. They run FPS Gamers in Oklahoma. They run
Right. I have a T-shirt from them because I went to one of their tournaments.
Yeah.
They still have not given me a T-shirt.
Really?
I
you
have
want
asked-
mine? I think I might have actually thrown mine away because I'm like, I'm not going to wear this.
I was like,
I'm
listen,
sorry.
I have ran, I've actually not ran, but I've helped run like 2 or 3 of their tournaments.
Mhm.
Still no
Oops.
T-shirt. I'm quite
Oh,
frustrated
what?
with it. I'm still quite, I'm like,
Oh,
listen, I need a
gosh.
T-shirt with my
Pretty
name.
sure you were helping run at the tournament that we went to.
It was in Oklahoma City.
It was Oklahoma City 2012 in the summer.
Yes.
Call of Duty tournament.
Yes, I was
Yeah.
actually there. I was at it was at
There
what was
was,
it,
like,
the
Halo.
Marriott or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the little tiny building.
Yes, and
And
we
we
were
parked
kicked out
outside,
at
yeah.
we kicked out at 12. That was one
yes, and like
They
they were
look-
like, it's gonna be going at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it was.
He's like, "Let's
you
get
guys
some
actually
pizza up
didn't
in
even
here."
get a 4v4. That's one thing that kind of it's time constraints and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I was there and I was running Halo because
Yeah.
no one knew what was going on, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, it's not hard. You pair teams,
Right.
put a team to buy. That's it. It's like the team that should get by is my team. I'm like, we're the only pure Oklahoma team with a seed, and
Yeah.
they're just like, no, we want to do this and this, and that
Do
team.
they have like one game elimination? Or?
No, it's double elim, but that's the funny thing.
Double, okay.
We had so many delays. We had people wanting to warm up, consoles not working, and that's the thing. Tournament preparation is you got to go in the night before,
Yeah.
get everything updated, and make sure everything connects so people can come in
Mhm.
and just play.
Yeah,
And that's
Right.
one.
that was the problem when we went.
Yeah, you guys, as I said, you guys didn't even get a 4v4. They refunded your guys the money, and I was like, wow, that should never happen. They shouldn't
Yeah.
be like, yeah, the 4v4 is happening 7, 8, 9. All right, now we're not having it. You know,
Oof.
that kills people. And, HXC does a lot of good events. I mean, there's a handful of ones that just don't, come through. The Halo one, for me, people were paid out, without even the tournament being finished. We were in round 2, and, the team that beat us was paid out. I was furious. I was like, whatever. That's the time I was like,
Yeah.
I don't think they need my help. They have everything handled.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. We showed up. It was like we're gonna start at 10 or 10:30 or whenever it was, and it was like an hour and a half delay, and it was just it was kind of frustrating.
I know. I know there's
But-
a handful of angry people
Yeah.
there, but I was like, I'm not gonna handle COD. That's not my deal. And hey, you COD guys showed up for real. You guys had like 100 plus entrants.
Yeah, it was.
You guys had a crowd for an FFA, which was it blew me away.
I
was like,
really wish I would have stayed for the FFA because that's really what I'm good at.
dude, it was nuts.
Yeah.
People were screaming at each other, yelling. It was awesome. My buddy was I was like, okay, sweet. And Halo's just got like a handful of people. I was like, man, we have went south so fast.
So has that been like a struggle since Call of Duty's become a lot more popular?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All you got to look at what happened to Halo Reach and Halo 4. They both died, and that's just developer support. It's lack of good. I mean, Ghost is kind of struggling with it too. I mean, they're having a bomb glitch that's going on, and it's still happening. They fixed it online, but it's still happening on LAN, and that's where it matters. If your game can't function offline, it shouldn't even
That's
be
pretty-
working online.
Because that's where tournaments take place, is LAN.
Yeah, they're even on pro streams and you guys know Nate Shot or whatever, like Call of Duty Professional. They're playing a tournament and they can't plant the bomb and search and destroy. That's the game type, is to plant the bomb. So
Yeah.
they're sitting there like, well, we got to kill them all now, and all they have to do is hide. That
Yeah.
changes the game. If your
Oh, yeah.
if your game cannot function out of the box, it's gonna fail. I'm surprised Call of Duty Ghosts is still here. That just blows my mind because Halo had such a problem with getting developers to listen. Like we were like, yo, you need to make the BR back to 4-shot, and you need to get the bolt shot fixed. Like you need to fix your maps; they're not working. Everything, what is this game?
Jeez.
Yeah, and it took them 6 months, and by that time, everyone left. It was just awful. And it's coming back though. I mean, 343's picked it up for sure.
Yeah.
So what is the popular Halo tournament like? What are you playing now competitively?
Right now it's kind of a mix. A lot of people are playing Halo 2 again, getting ready for the Master Chief Collection, which is going to be the big. If you guys have seen the end, it looks pretty sick.
That's why I want an Xbox One. Really,
I almost bought an Xbox One when they announced it. I was like, all right, be right back. I'm gonna go drop 400 real quick.
Yeah.
And but people are really preparing for Halo 2, and a lot of people are playing Halo 3. I am kind of doing both. I'm streaming Halo 2, and I can't stream Halo 3 sadly enough, but I'm getting ready for the October 25th line so I can get my copy of Halo for free. So
nice.
Yeah, if you guys are going to a tournament, go to the October 25th line in OKC. It's going to be I think it's Kings of Halo, but it's a Halo 3 tournament. And it's just what everyone's kind of prepping for, or more or less I'm prepping for.
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
Yeah.
So that's the next one on your personal agenda as far as tournament.
Yeah, I'm prepping for that, and then depending on what's going down, I'm kind of split between two teams. Right now, I have my Halo 3 team, which is myself, my cousin Warrior, my buddy Wally, who's he's 1-to-1 with me in Halo. He is amazing. He's probably one of the best Halo players I know, and a guy from Texas named Systematic, another really good smart objective player. Nice. So that team, and then my team Distinction, which we have, I have my jerseys and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the one I've stuck with for 2 years. We have good chemistry. We work well together. Right now, I'm kind of like that all-around player. I can just be anywhere. Okay. You want to play OBJ? Nice. I'll play OBJ. I can't do it well, but I'll stay alive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was going to say something, but it ran away from me.
Very cool. So, so Reach and 4, they just don't exist anymore competitively?
No, not
They're
at
just
all.
Broken that bad?
It was the philosophy with a good competitive game. I mean, look at Black Ops 2. That's what brought Call of Duty to the scene. You had a broadcaster mode. You had LAN lobbies. You had a good functioning game. Granted, it didn't play well to the casual basis, but that's not what everyone's really, in my opinion, worried about. If it plays okay, we're fine. Like you had tournaments where they're dropping millions of dollars on them. Like they had a COD champs for Black Ops 2, and it was probably when they had the Super Bowl rings. They handed them out and the trophy, and I was like, oh my god, why can't we get this? Your game's got to be good out of the box.
Yeah.
Like if you look at games like Halo 2, which started MLG, that game was it was same across the board.
Love that game.
Yeah,
so
it was. And I can't wait. I can't wait for Master Chief Collection. I'll be in line ready for that FFA tournament again. I'm like, listen, I'm getting mine for free. I don't know about y'all. I'm getting mine for free. But with Reach and Halo 4, we had to break that game apart. We had to build our own maps because the maps out of the box were awful. We had to change how the game functioned. The bloom killed. If you guys played Reach, the reticle bloom. We had to tell it expanded.
Expanded when you shot.
We had to take that out, and
Really?
And we waited again 8 months. By that time, everyone's like, all right. And then MLG dropped it. That was what really was like a big nail in the coffin.
Okay, so them as a organization actually dropped it from their list.
Yeah,
so.
It wasn't selling any team passes.
I see.
And MLG's been about one thing. Granted, they're a great company and everything, but they're about one thing. Can it get us money?
Yeah, of course, it's a business, yeah.
Yeah, and I understand it, and it sucks that Halo was dropped and then COD was picked up, but good for the COD guys, I mean, I support the scene. It's
a great game.
But with Halo 4, that game was just bad developers right there. That was 343 thinking they had a good game, and they just kind of went in without any idea what to do. They signed a big contract with Virgin Mobile because MLG Dallas sold out of team passes. And that's the event I went to.
Okay. And
it was probably one of the funnest events I've ever been, major-wise. The other ones have kind of, but the rest have been just near. That one was just one of my favorite ones because we had the support. Granted, we were shoved in the corner by the bathrooms, but hey, it doesn't matter. We had a huge screen and people screaming, and we had a crowd, and it was awesome. And then 2 weeks later, they drop it again. So we're like, what are we looking for? And it's just been turmoil, but it's coming back, and I can't wait to see it in the hopefully next January.
Yeah.
So.
Very cool. So, what are you looking forward to? Anything like? You're still rocking the 360? Are you looking forward to Xbox One? Anything to play on that? Maybe like, is competitive play on Xbox One coming up?
For COD, yes,
Yeah.
it's competitive. That's all MLG does. Is
Yeah.
in either 2K, 4K, 5K tournaments is all on Xbox One, and it's understandable. I mean, that's the big. You got to move forward. I mean, it's a new gen.
Right.
You can't stay on 360 forever.
Yeah.
And the pros will agree with you. They think 360 is terrible and the guns and everything function different. I agree. I've played it on both, and
Okay.
I'm like, okay, this game is different. It plays smoother. It's a better game. And
Yeah.
on games, I'm looking forward to Destiny.
Awesome.
Very, very looking forward to Destiny. It's going to be something that's going to tide my time, or bide my time more or less, and just I'm going to enjoy it. It looks awesome.
Nice. That's good to hear. Like I know with COD, when I was really into COD, that was pretty much all I played.
Yeah.
I think most of us played, and we had our time. We talk about this every podcast about the old COD days. But like, I know playing like Assassin's Creed, that was probably one of the first games that I kind of fell in love with outside of the COD aspect. As far as 360, and kind of blew me out to open my mind to what I look for in games and stuff. But I'll always come back to COD and how fun it was.
Oh yeah.
With friends. I love the tournament scene too as well. I only played like two.
I say
The one at TCC and then the HXC in Oklahoma City that we were just talking about. And the first one was a 2v2, and out of I think like 35 teams, we got 7th. And we were like, okay, like I'm cool with
that's
that.
pretty damn impressive
Yeah.
for a first tournament at a local
first tournament, yeah.
with people that act religiously, just nonstop. They eat, sleep, and that's all they do.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn impressive. That's actually one of the out of 16 teams, I got 7th for my Halo Reach one of my first tournaments, and I was disappointed to say the least because I was like, oh man, because it was out of 16 teams, but out of 35, you got that's
I mean,
pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, like no matter what the outcome, like I said, like the one we went to, I think we ended up getting last, or we didn't win a single game.
Yeah, we did terrible.
It wasn't good, but I mean, aside from the frustration and really, it was just a good experience. You know, no matter how good we did, it was still fun to get out there. And, and with the 2v2 that I was in, we were on it. I'll tell you. Like it's like I said, I went in there talking about, oh man, like these monitors, I'm not so sure about them, and I sat down there fine, and like I get shaky in general. Like if I ever have to do a music audition, I'll shake like no matter what.
Oh, I
and
get shaky too. It's crazy.
Yeah, like just yesterday I was playing Last of Us online, and like it was 2 guys left, and like basically the other team had 4 guys left with 7 lives. I don't know if you know about it, but I won't get
7 respawns.
Oh wow, it's
7
kind of like
respawns.
Gears of War 3 where it's the TDM. You have the 25 spawn, and you have the last
like
lives.
you start a game with
Yeah.
you have it's 4v4 in it, and you just play till they run out of lives. They start with 20 lives each, so
Or time
basically
runs out.
24 deaths. Yeah, or time. But it was like me and this other guy on this team. I wasn't talking because I don't talk on that game. Me and this other guy, and like they had 7 lives. And it was 9 lives left, and the four players. And like we got them down to like 2 people left, 0 lives, and we ended up like losing. But I was shaking as soon as like we got them down to like 5 lives. Like, oh god, like we were on that streak and
so
stuff.
that
and,
hype
oh,
factor.
man, like I definitely felt that
adrenaline.
at the tournaments, the trumpets. No, at the tournaments, and I was like, oh god. But I mean, even regarding that or regardless of that, it was so fun.
Yeah,
so much fun.
That's why I do. It's the competition,
Yeah.
man. It's being able to, experience it. It's something that, people that when they stand there, like, that don't know much about it, they'll look and go, like, wow, they're wasting their time. They're just playing a video game. I'm like, no, it's a passion. It's like any other sport. It's like
any other activity, really. Some people paint. Some people
spend
write
hours
music.
watching just football on their TVs,
Right,
and
or
fantasy
like,
football
watching,
and stuff like that.
Watching ESPN or
I'm
something like that.
You're
and it's
wasting
like-
your time.
It's like
You could be
to
playing
each-
video games.
Right?
Exactly.
You could be wrecking these pubs right now.
you go to a tournament and just
See,
get money.
But I'm more of a story. Like I'm not very good at video games. I like story games.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about Destiny. Like you said, you played the beta on 360.
Yeah.
Did you mostly do like Crucible matches, or did you explore? Did you enjoy any of the story?
So that's just it. When I picked it up, I didn't like it. I was like, oh my god, this is Borderlands. Like, am I gonna play Borderlands again? And I was like, nah. And then I really started to play it. I was like, okay, I like it. I'm like, okay, I'm getting it. And then when I levels 0 through like whatever, like 4, I was like, man, this sucks. This is kind of bad.
Yeah.
And then at that one, I started getting weapons and stuff. I was like, okay, make him look cool. I want to have a cave.
Yeah,
I mean,
the loot and
yeah.
stuff gets really good.
I was like, ooh, is there a raid I can do? I think I played Crucible matches once or twice, and
Okay.
it was just the maps for me weren't like anything special. I don't think that game's gonna be looked at competitively. I think it's gonna be more of a this is added on. Like
Okay.
this is more about
Okay.
the experience with your friends that you're gonna get playing
Yeah.
the game. And they said that game was gonna last 8 years. If they're gonna pump content for it, dude,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be awesome. I think that's gonna. If I don't continue playing it after MCC comes out, which I highly doubt, I think that
Yeah.
game's gonna be awesome. I mean, I was rocking the Warlock all day. That thing was you're just jumping up and blasting people.
Yeah, that's
and,
fun.
yeah, I just thought that game was. I wouldn't say perfect. There's a lot, with the beta.
Mhm.
I think
Of
360. You can definitely tell that it was an Xbox One game coming down,
Yeah.
not the other way around. I was looking at it, I was like, man, I could be playing
I
this
could
on
dig this, yeah.
I could play this on an Xbox One right about now. So I honestly can't wait. That's just it's just my opinion on it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I mean, I'm all about the Destiny hype. Anyone
Yeah,
listening
all
will
about
know. I'm so excited. Like it's a couple weeks away.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, how many hours you pumped into the beta?
Enough. I mean, not as much as I wanted, unfortunately, just because of work and girlfriend and stuff. But I got 2 characters to 8, and I played a lot. Ended up playing a lot of Crucible with the Hunter and doing the moon missions all day Saturday when that was open. And I mean, enough time. It was good. It was fun.
I was saying I got maybe like 10 hours into that for me. So
Yeah. It was
I
good.
didn't get anything.
I'm super
It's okay.
psyched.
I got a little bit of the alpha, but I was gone by the time beta came out.
Dang.
But I played like the introduction of the campaign and like maybe 1 or 2 missions, and then I played the rest Crucible.
It's
I was like,
so
okay.
different from the alpha, though. It's
Oh, really?
Like, I'm really disappointed
Okay.
that you didn't get to play the beta because they
I mean, that's
started
fine.
the
It'll make
beta.
the release that much better.
They started the beta differently. Like, you actually started the game. The alpha was really, really odd. The way they dropped you
Okay.
into the world.
Okay.
In the beta, it was more like
Yeah, I mean,
starter
I felt that way
story.
too, so.
It was like
Okay.
you actually started in the game. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm super excited about the story, and I think Destiny is a little bit more story-oriented than the multiplayer. But I don't know. I think it's pretty spot on. Because I mean, Bungie, they know how to make really good
Yeah.
multiplayer. I mean, they made Halo 2,
Yeah.
and that's the thing that kicked everything off. So, but I think they are trying more so for the longevity of the story and the DLC
Yeah,
and the raid, like
I heard
the
the
MMO
endgame-
aspect. That's what I'm super excited about. Yeah, the
I heard the
endgame,
end game is supposedly
raids,
really good.
all the dungeons or
Yeah.
whatever, they're actually called the strikes, whatever. I'm super psyched for that because I was a WoW and I like building character and RPG. Like, I'm super excited about Diablo right now. Just loot fest and killing things and powering up and crawling through dungeons and just
endless hours.
yeah,
And
it's just so good.
that's the one thing I haven't done. I've played WoW, I've played other MMOs, and I've never end-gamed in an MMO. I have gotten to about level 40 and 50 in WoW and 60, and I'm just like, man, I'm gonna play Halo.
I think I got the point of this game.
Yeah, I feel like that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
That's what I
I'm
did
on that
for a
boat
long time.
with RuneScape.
Until I like partnered up with a buddy and like it was like me and him and we really got into it and we power leveled a character like we did the whole like invite a friend thing. So we power leveled and we were
3
both
times XP.
yeah, like we were both
Jeez.
super high level and we were like, we got into PvPing on WoW and that's like what kept me in it. But before I was just trying to level characters and that is just the hardest part. It's just like I'm just grinding and doing all these quests and I'm still level 45.
So killing mobs, the same
Running
mob.
around. Yeah, I mean it's stuff like that, but endgame MMO is where it's at, and so I'm super excited about Destiny and hitting level cap.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what is the level cap in Destiny? Someone said it was 20.
Yeah, I've heard 20, which I was kind of disappointed about. First, my expectations were about 30. I was hoping,
Yeah.
but with
They
all
could
and
pull a
with
Call of
everything
Duty
it
and add
is,
like 5 prestiges.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean,
I'd still play
they
it,
don't
I
do
mean-
prestige,
yeah.
but
I know,
yeah, I think
but they still added on.
It's
just the
additional
XP
levels.
gain.
Yeah, they just added on to the cap.
I think the way you gain XP is going to be, I'm hoping, nicely. Like, I don't want to just fly to 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. With
I mean,
that.
I wouldn't imagine anybody would want to.
Yeah.
They would want to enjoy it a little bit at least.
Mm-hmm.
That would be an interesting if they went a take on it, because I know with Call of Duty, I didn't think I played enough Halo to know this, but with Call of Duty, it was like, if you had a level 65 out of 70 versus, you had quite an advantage on the lower levels.
I don't know. I feel like they
just
gave,
because of the weapons that they had.
Yes and no. I feel like it depends on the player's like skill. If you're skill level,
you know, what's weird is like I felt like that advantage in like the 10s and 20s, but like whenever I prestiged, I like killed it for like 5 to 10 games in a row, like until I got to like level 15, and then they started like screwing me over or something like that.
Yeah,
and
It's just the level, like the way you earn XP.
that would be interesting if they went with the route with like a shorter cap and like
Well, I think
basically
because
eliminate all that
yeah.
variability.
I don't know. I don't know how like the leveling up will be if people will rush it as much as they do for like Call of Duty, because I
it
know
is
in Halo,
story
it doesn't
centric.
really matter as much.
Like
It matters for placement in like public,
Yeah,
but like
with Halo's ranking, it's skill based. That's it's the classic is 1 to 50. Like 50 being like you're one of the best, you're very good, you know how to play, you have the grasp of the game, you know what to do. 1 obviously being a new player. So and in leveling, that's the win loss. I love the win loss system.
So win loss and KD and stuff like that factors into Halo.
Yeah.
More so than just acquiring XP.
Yeah, XP was I think. Hopefully they do this in MCC, is that they should kind of hybrid that. I feel like they should award players for playing longer, give them like, okay, you've played for such and such time, you have this, but you're not very good, understandable. You only play campaign, you only do casuals, and that's they should award him for that, but not to the same extent of a level 50 player that's knocking 8 hours a day playing in tournaments. You know what I mean? I feel like the awards and systems should be different, or hybrid in, or in be
Whereas
able to.
Call of Duty, you just get experience for who knows why. Oh look, I stopped that guy's kill streak. Let's give him extra experience.
Yeah, that's the problem with shooters today. It's kind of like Little League baseball, more or less. That's the best way to. It's everybody wins. There's no loser. Like, okay, well, I lost the game.
Yeah.
I still got 3,500 XP.
You raked in a ton of XP.
Yeah, objective capture the flag. What's that?
right?
Oh, I hate that though.
That was art.
Yeah, I mean,
That's where-
I
badly
wrecked
about
Demolition for a long time, just doing that, just like not planning and just getting a shit ton of kills. But I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
That's why I played Domination, because it lasts longer and I could get a nuke.
See, Domination I always played only because I wasn't all about I wasn't great at killing, so I was
Hop on
all
flags.
about the flags.
Yeah,
definitely-
like,
I was an objective-based player.
I
but,
definitely
like,
liked. Go ahead.
I'll go off on slaying if I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's needed, I'll definitely.
Yeah.
I'll take a couple.
I liked
for
the
team.
fact that like with Domination you had kind of like your bases, and by that I could usually tell about where the spawns
Judge
were
where the
going,
enemies-
and
yeah.
it was the spawns were changing, and I could make better judgments.
Yeah,
It was
and that's
a
huge
different
with COD.
situation.
That's
Oh, yeah.
huge with COD.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And MW
Whereas Halo is more like you have your spawns, and then
It's
I don't know about the.
Can you abuse spawn traps pretty easily? in Halo?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Halo 2 is a great example of that.
Right, yeah.
Lockout. You guys know Lockout, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to use some terms here to kind of throw some people off, but there's
Is that the one that's kind of floating
on
on the side of a mountain?
Yes, it's on the side of a mountain. It's got the 3
With the
level tower.
elevator?
Yes, it's got the blue, the elevator, and it's got
Okay,
snipe,
and it's got like that helipad type thing out in the middle.
yes,
the
yes,
big open. Okay, yeah.
It was
Okay.
Blackout in Halo
That's
3.
that's what me and Sam played all the time when we did 1v1.
I was gonna say that map was legendary,
Yeah,
mainly
yeah.
for the fact that it was a slow-paced map, and it punished players for playing bad. And the one thing is, there was 3 setups that people would do, and it's there was a game. You guys know Oddball, right? Like you hold the ball.
Yeah.
That's where the game types would capitalize on setting up. Like you would have the BR setup, which is the 3 level tower with that little thing that comes to top center.
Gotcha.
You would have a guy sitting there in the window, so he could watch bottom center. You would have a guy B3, one guy at BR2. You'd have one on each level, and then one at B1. And
Oh, okay.
And you
just
could-
kind of control.
they would spawn either one of 2 places, at the sniper tower or at the blue blue
okay.
teleporter. They would
'Cause
spawn
you're
there.
blocking all the other spawns.
Yes.
So there's no way they're getting anywhere else.
Absolutely,
Huh.
and that's the big thing with CTF and stuff. Like, they're gonna spawn in rocks. We can run this, a different route.
Okay.
We're not gonna run into them. They're gonna spawn over there, and our Slayers, role I play, can just kill them off spawn, and they can't. We're gonna get a cap. And that's a point for us. And there's different roles in Halo. There's obviously there's support players, which are crucial. Everyone's like, no, man, you just need 4 Slayers and you're good. No, 4 Slayers.
You just need 4 people who can kill people.
Yeah, no, you need kind of a balance. I'd say like 2 Slayers a team. I can off slay and play OBJ. I can't play it very well. I'd much rather give it to my teammate who knows the route, knows how to get there very fast, knows how to avoid and play very smart, than a player that just knows how to kill and get out of a bad situation.
Yeah,
But he
yeah.
left the OBJ right in the middle of the floor, so
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can't come get it anyways.
Mhm.
And that's That's just any game, more or less.
Yeah, man, I've never really been that much into like multiplayer or tactical competitive play of games, and that's like blowing my mind a little bit.
Yeah. I think the roles with Call of Duty were, I feel like with us it was like, oh, I'm going to rush, or I'm going to take the middle flag, or, I'm going to go plant,
we would
or
all
I'm going to
switch
hang
off
back. And that was pretty much it. It was like you rush, it was like offensive and defense,
Yeah.
pretty much.
I mean,
that's as far as...
To an extent we had roles-ish, or we tried to set them up.
I mean, I was just
I
like,
know
oh, I'm going
me
to
and
go...
Eric
I mean, yeah, probably.
It's kind of like appropriating a role for some player.
Yeah,
Like, okay,
yeah.
he's good at planting bomb, let him plant bomb, or
Yeah.
he's good at capping a flag and
Yeah.
staying alive, let him cap the flag. That's
Yeah.
that's just it's the same with like Halo and COD. It's just with Halo, your OBJ players are more cherished. Like
Okay.
you wanna hold them close and hug them tightly. Like, listen, you're staying alive. I'm keeping you here.
Okay. I like it.
And with COD, anybody can be an OBJ player. Anybody
Yeah.
can be a Slayer.
Okay.
That's the one thing I don't
Yeah.
do and don't like with COD. When I say I'm a Slayer,
I
they're like,
gotcha.
okay, and
Yeah.
when I go, I'm a Slayer in Halo, they're like, oh, so you're gonna position this way. People already kind of get a pre-interpretation of what I'm gonna do and how I'm gonna play, and then you can kind of throw your own twist on it. And, that's just that's
Yeah.
just Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
That's cool.
I want to say COD probably has those same roles or somewhere similar to their own version, but I never got that deep as to know that maybe it's called differently or has kind of the same.
It's
Is
the sa-
OBJ's objective, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I picked up on that. So like I know in Call of Duty it was either search and destroy was the most common.
Yeah.
Unless it was free for all, search and destroy. That was usually the
big game battles, game
the
thing, yeah.
competitive thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I know we always started out, okay, who's got the bomb? I'll get the bomb, and then the random takes the bomb. You're like, what? Why? I say random as in like
Yeah,
pub
yeah.
stomping.
Yeah.
I've been there, done that.
yeah. But like,
You have to. It's so
I mean, I can get that. Okay.
Yeah.
And your Slayer's just kind of like your good,
yeah,
all
it's-
around good, like one-on-one person.
Yeah,
and-
you expect
or
them
he
to stay
knows how to-
alive. You don't want a
Okay.
guy to go, I'm a Slayer, but lose everyone on one
Like
battle.
every
end up with
gunfight
like
you're
a
in.
2-1 KD.
Yeah,
maybe.
you want your Slayers to be able to take on 3 players at once. To be able to
Okay,
play
okay.
in a bad situation and be able to get out of it and kill at least 2 players. It's all about exchanges. Like if I'm
Yeah.
Trades are.
it's
That's
huge.
what you need.
And let's say, okay.
That's why KD is so important.
Let's say all
Right.
my teammates died, and it's a 3-on-1 situation with like they have to wait to respawn, and I'm trying to stay alive. Well, if I kill 2 players and I die, that's a good exchange. I went 2 for
Yeah,
1,
yeah.
and then 3 of my teammates are gonna spawn. And we're gonna outnumber them. We could push off the spawn
Yeah.
unless my teammates are just awful and
Yeah,
die.
so
You know,
what happens and
Yeah.
it's
Take
like,
advantage of the
Yeah.
10 seconds. that
So
you
it's like the
have.
mini game inside, like
it's very much mental.
Yeah.
It's especially in a LAN setting. Like if you're you're not less than 5 feet from the player around you. There's very much trash talk.
Yeah, I bet.
Mental. That's what I am. I'm very much a trash talker. I was on stream
Okay.
actually trash talking.
Okay.
Not too long ago, but I'm a hype man. There's a video on YouTube. I'll pull it up once we're kind of getting to the end of this. But it's me. We were playing a top 32 seeded team. They were going around saying that they're top 32. We're better than everyone here. We're gonna win this event. They came second, but we lost to them in continuous. Another story for another time. I hate continuation. It should have been 2 best of 5s, but that's just my opinion. But I digress. We first game we beat him 4 kills. And my teammate leans over and they're trying to tell me like, yo, you need to calm down, man. You're a little. So he comes over. He goes, hype up. I'm like, oh, if you want to. And I've had like a pause 20 with 2 flag caps, 24 assists. I was standing up. I dropped my controller. I was like, you suck. Oh my god. Like, how do you give this to me? I'm awful. Like, I was just like, that's the way I trash talk. I go, I'm terrible, but you're losing to me. What are you doing? Like, how do you come to these tournaments and lose to like? And there's like, it's like, well, I can't say he's bad now. Great. And there's my
You
trash
said
talk.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that throws people off. Like, why is he insulting himself? Oh my god! And it throws
That's
people
true.
off. It's weird. Like, some people it doesn't faze them. There's a couple players in the game that just like, okay, whatever, I don't care. And then there's some that just like are just mentally just
let it get to him.
blown.
Just got those-
They're like, why is he screaming my name? I don't understand what I do wrong, and they start questioning all their
The crazy antics.
It's maintaining composure, more or less. Like, you gotta. I've been screamed at. Just look up. Okay. I used to be really bad. I used to scream and like freeze up, and I'm just like, okay, you're my target now. I'm gonna make sure if I kill you, I'm
Let
gonna
me
scream.
find you.
If I kill you, I'm letting you know. I'm gonna smack your body.
Right, take it. Makes a note. Like,
Listen, I got him.
quick scope 5.5 does not want his
It's like
base
his
captured.
dreams will be crushed by the end of
Yeah.
this. If we lose, I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm not shaking his hand.
There you go.
I've only done that one time where one guy didn't shake my hand, but every
Damn.
time I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to trash talk. I'm a hype man. I'm sorry. I try to make a good impression every time
Yeah.
I go to. I tell you, at least try to be more social than I am in the rest of the world. But
Yeah.
it's if you see new people, talk to them, man. They're new. They're freaking out. They're like, oh my god, I'm about to play against that guy, and I know he's really good. And you'll have other players go, yeah, he's top 16. He's really, he's the best in the world. And you're just like, oh my god. And I'm just like, dude, you're new. Don't expect anything from what you do right now. Just get a basis where you're at and go from it. And you can only build from it. If you're trying to get good, that's the best way to look at it. Is like, I lost, but I came 7th, or I came 8th, or I can only get better from here.
Yeah.
And
that's such a good attitude to have too. Like
Yeah.
it'll help you out through the rest of life as well.
Yeah, that's kind of how I view things. Once I got into Comp Halo, my cousin, he tells me every day, he's like, Mike, I remember when I could just trash stomp you all the time. Like you couldn't even fight back, and now you're kind of making me look like an uneducated player right now. Like I miss the 13-year-old Micah. Why is this 20-year-old so good at Halo?
Nice.
That's funny. I wonder if we want to hit our other segment into an over.
Oh gosh, we haven't even started with our main segment. God, it's such
That's
good
funny.
conversation. We're like 40 minutes in.
Oh my
and
goodness.
We're just about to start out into and over it.
Yeah, we
It's
can
not
do
bad.
some into and over and maybe call it quits after that. So
Yeah,
into and over is our regular segment that we do. It was the same a lot of summer, a lot of league.
Yeah.
But with Micah here, we're going to see what's going on, see what he does other than Halo and Call of Duty, if anything. So, Mike, you want to start us off?
Yeah, other than Halo, I'm hanging out, trying to get into school, working full time. I want to get into school for. It's gonna sound super nerdy, but hey, I'm in
Go
the.
for it,
I was gonna
yeah.
say I'm in the right place.
This
I'm
is
going
exactly
in
where
for.
we-
I was gonna say I'm in for cybersecurity.
Oh,
okay.
that's
yeah,
cool.
It's competitive, which is good.
Mhm.
It's a
Okay.
competitive group. You're always gonna have that one dude that thinks he's better with a computer or better with a system or a network than other people. But that's something I'm very passionate about. I've had people come to me with like internet and stuff, and they're just like, Mike, can you fix it? I'm like, yes, absolutely.
That's
So
awesome.
can you fix my laptop whose screen is broken right now?
If you had the screen, I could take it apart and do it.
I have your number, so I'm glad.
Yeah. So say, yeah, if you have the screen, I've done it before. I've had to replace my own laptop screen. Then I broke that one, but that's another story for another time. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do other than gaming. Besides friend and living the life that I do now.
That's
Okay.
cool. What have you noticed yourself doing anything not
Have you-
anymore?
I was saying
terrible.
not
Doing
doing. Oh my
anything?
god.
Well, have you gotten into anything recently, either a new game, or are you overplaying anything, or watching anything?
oh my
Could be
god.
over
I was gonna
control.
say I haven't really watched a whole lot of TV recently, but I've recently picked up Terra Online, and it's an
Okay.
MMO. Yeah, Terra. It's a free MMO. I was looking for thing. Okay, I love anime.
Okay.
SAO
Nice.
and Attack on Titan are my two big ones. I love Sword Art Online, and I was like, man, I need to find an MMO. Man, this is awesome. I want to talk to people. I want to be that big huge guy with a huge sword and kill people. I want to do that. So I picked up Terra, and I was like, I don't like it. And it's been a kind of a quest grind. Kind of it's like WoW, but I don't know. I'm a sucker for dynamic combat. Being able to control every notion I do.
Gotcha.
And that's just what I more or less picked up, and I've been off and on with that. 47, so I'm hitting in-game content right now. So
There you go.
I'm loving
Nice.
it. Loving it. First time I've ever done that. I'm like, oh my god, I can go participate.
It's fun.
I'm like, I can participate? I'm high enough. I can do this.
It's nice when the level cap's not 80 million.
Oh yeah. No, what's it in WoW now? 90 now?
It's it is 90. It's
Yeah,
going to
they
be
just-
100 or
Yeah,
95
they're
or
about to
100.
release. I'm pretty sure for 100. That's what
I think
Blake was
I
saying.
think Warlords of Draenor is going to be 100.
Yeah.
So it's insane. I started playing when it was
1 to 60.
I think it was 70. That was after Burning Crusade. I was post BC, so it wasn't too bad. But I still I don't have a top level anymore because I missed. But yeah. I got an email actually from Blizzard. It's like, Josh, if you buy a month, if you resubscribe, we'll give you Mist of Pandaria for free. And I'm like, oh crap! I think I'm gonna do it.
This is a dark time for me.
Worth it.
You should just respond and be like, this is a dark time for me. I can't deal with this. I'm
If you
Stop.
give me a free Mist of Pandaria
Now-
and a free subscription,
now-
I'll happily take
Right.
that.
Not taking donations for
Stop tempting me.
a month of WoW time for me.
Yeah, right.
So Zach, what are you into and over?
I don't know. With my vacation that I just went on, I've really been into being outside. Like that's
Nice.
it's so weird.
It's beautiful.
I love being outside.
Well, I went up to Colorado for a week.
Heck yeah.
It's my hometown. It's beautiful. I went up to Boulder, Colorado. I was outside literally all day, every day for the whole
Nice.
week. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it was beautiful. And that being said, I don't know. I'm over TV.
Nice. Okay.
Like,
I'm right there with you.
yeah.
Hell yeah for outside.
Well, besides that, I hadn't been really watching TV. We shut off our cable at my mom's house, so like we just don't watch it there anyway. And then at my dad's house, I'm like, well, I'm hanging out with you guys or playing League or RuneScape or PS3 or something. So
How's the RuneScape with the expansion pack?
well, I play old school. I'm an old school player.
So you're yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
But I'm
Same.
like
That's the only reason I went back. It's like I don't
I'm like
like this new
112
stuff.
CB though.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty decent at it.
Yeah, they're apparently releasing an expansion pack for RuneScape now. It's like the Elven City. That's if you were to walk across it, it takes a month.
Yeah.
Like an
What?
in-game, like
and knowing the regular RuneScape map, it takes about 20 minutes to walk across the whole map. So
That's insane.
Okay. Really?
give or
Dang.
take.
yeah, it's
Like no teleports. Just
Well, I mean, maybe not like every which way, but like if you're just going one
Right.
direction straight across, you can
okay.
walk pretty easily.
like if
doesn't
you were
take you
Jesus
long.
and walk
Yeah,
across
exactly.
water, fly against everything at walking speed.
Like this is it's going to be a good update. Well, hopefully, it'll bring back a lot of people, and if it doesn't, then it's gonna run RuneScape into the ground.
yeah.
So
I mean,
those are the two options that it has.
I-
Dang.
This is where all their eggs are.
Yeah.
In the basket.
yeah. I mean, if it's a month to walk across, God, that's massive.
Yeah.
I can't even think of a game that would take that.
That's
like,
crazy.
at
Yeah,
all.
that's what I was trying. As soon as I heard that,
No
I was
Man's
like,
Sky.
Really?
bro.
Yeah. Oh my
that
gosh.
game coming out is.
I heard a little bit about No Man's Sky. I don't know what it is.
Oh man, I have to explain it all the time.
No.
What's No Man's Sky?
Get
I had a really good explanation in a previous episode. What
Yeah?
episode was that?
I don't remember.
Was
It's
that 4?
basically an open
4.
universe game. Like you can
Really?
get
It's
in a ship.
procedurally generated.
Yeah.
Wow, so it's kind of like Minecraft in a sense.
Sort of, but it's over a universe. Once
And
you
not just a single world.
Yeah.
What?
The plan is to like they're
Like
going
it
to start
saves
everyone on
after
the
every-
outskirts and they're going to start everyone on their own planet. It's like millions of people day 1 on millions of planets. You're supposed to get to the core of the universe, like that's your adventure. So you have to find planets and get resources, upgrade your suit, your ship. You can be a fighter. There's like no really like story. You just want to get to the center of the universe. That's all we really know.
Yeah.
And so you have to gather resources. You can explore. You can, become a good guy. You can avoid conflict, or you can start like a pirating lane in the space between 2 planets, like with your
Huh.
buddies,
Like
and
it
just like
literally
loot
sounds like the coolest
people, and
game.
like you can do anything you want in space in this universe that just creates itself,
That's
and the
so
beauty and the fantasy, and like I am so psyched for it.
I'm gonna have to chalk one up
Yeah.
on my wanted games. That sounds awesome.
What
Yeah.
what was that stat you told us earlier about if you spent 1 second on every what is it, every planet
Every
in
planet
the game?
that the game can generate, if you spent 1 second on every one, it would take you
500
5
million?
no 5 billion
5
years
billion.
to see every planet
Yeah.
that game can
So
make.
it's
Like-
about as infinite as it gets.
Yeah.
Any
Wow.
completionists playing it are gonna commit suicide because that is.
It's not possible.
No.
It's just not
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, like it's an infinite game. It's insane.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
What they're
You get
using a
your own
64-bit.
planet. Like how cool is
It's
that?
like I don't know exactly what all it means, but the article I read, it's a 64-bit code, so whatever they made, like the original code for it, is compounded like 64 times. Like it originally was 32-bit when they were coding, and they did the calculations, and it would have taken you like 250,000 years or something, like thousands and thousands and thousands of years to see every planet. But then like, that's not big enough. Like, let's make more planets. So they did 64-bit, and so now it's billions of years to see every
Oh
planet.
my God.
And just 1 second on each one. It's insane.
Yeah.
Damn.
1 second.
That's nuts.
I know, like
That's-
math.
that
I just can't even
slideshow.
fathom that like number in my head. Like,
Longest
I mean,
YouTube video ever.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on planet number 486. Still not a percent of the way through the game yet.
For real, like it's procedurally generation is insane.
Yeah.
The way of the future.
What about you, Josh? What are you?
I
looking at
am
this week?
into. I mean, I'm really into Diablo again.
Yeah.
Getting a lot more into it. I mean, it just came out. I played a few hours. I played a couple of hours. The night it came out, I actually stayed up until 2 a.m. because
Nice.
it released at 12 midnight Pacific time, so 2 a.m. Central time.
Okay.
That was the night I stayed up with you, and we played League, and
we did.
I
no,
played
you-
Hearthstone.
You played
and-
Hearthstone, and I played Last of Us.
Yeah, and then I played a couple hours, and that's all I've put into it so far, but I'm really psyched about it.
Yeah.
I've just been reading so much because I go to work and I just read about games and I get psyched for them, and Diablo's awesome so far. That and Tilu, I've been playing the remastered multiplayer. I've been playing multiplayer more than I have been the story.
Really? That's not like you, Josh.
I know. I like Tilu
Check it out.
multiplayer.
Are you as good as Cole?
No, not at all. I play support. I play support when I play Tilu
okay,
though.
okay.
So when me and Cole play together, it's awesome. I try to stick on him, and I do the medic stuff, and I
You're
get a bunch
definitely
of parts
support.
and stuff for
That's why
that.
I love that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fun because I don't have to be good at killing people to be
They
successful
give
at
you
that
so
game.
many, like, they reward so evenly across the whole board, like across all the aspects of that game. Whether
Yeah.
it be, I guess you can't take anything, but, helping people, you could get points by just making stuff. Like, pretty
Yeah,
much
just
everything
crafting
gives
items.
you points. Every positive thing will give you points.
That's
and-
why I like it so much because I can be good at it without having to be good at killing other players.
That's a good aspect.
Because I'm not great at doing
Yeah.
that.
Get everybody involved.
What am I over? I don't know. Kind of over League, I guess, since I'm putting more time into those things, but not
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, we just played League earlier. I still enjoy playing League,
Yeah.
but that's not number one on my list right
Are
now.
you over not having a job?
What?
Or having a...
having a job?
Over not having a job, like...
What?
About how you were talking about earlier about the drive you had for it.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't understand the question.
I don't really. Either.
I have
I'm
a
just trying
job.
to add.
Okay.
I had a job interview today.
I don't know where I was going with that question.
I don't know where
I
you
tried
were.
to help out, and it
I was
proved
like-
to be a bad choice.
I was
on
like,
my
well, what
part.
did I mean by that?
I'm over
I
having
don't-
the jobs I have.
That's,
Okay.
that's a good over.
I'm looking forward to hopefully getting this new one.
I feel like you've just been doing better, like, pretty good lately.
Yeah, let's go
Or,
with that.
or have you not?
I don't know.
Maybe you're a good actor. No. My into and over it, I guess I'll get into
Yeah,
it.
let's go.
Segue to that one.
Yeah.
quick.
I've been into probably Last of Us. I got the remastered. So I've been peeling through grounded mode on that one, which is the most hardest.
Oh, dang.
The most hardest difficulty. And like on the PS3 version, there was survivor mode, or survivor survival. I think it was survivor mode. But it doesn't matter. But I went through that. I probably played that 5 times through on the campaign, just trying to get the platinum for it.
Huh.
And it was my first platinum, and they came out with grounded mode. I was like, oh, I gotta play that. You know what I mean? So just to kind of prove myself that I'm the biggest fan of Tilu. I like to think that it's my favorite. I love it.
You are,
It's
I'm sure.
perfect.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned something being perfect earlier. I was like, here we go. About to break out Last of Us right now.
Oh, he's talking about Halo 2.
Yeah,
Hashtag
yeah, Halo 2, yeah. Which that's fine, but
This is
but
enough for me.
I just love everything about Last of Us. Like it's a game where I fell in love with the story, like anyone should or would. But and then I played multiplayer, which is called Factions, and it was like, this is a very well balanced game, especially coming from Call of Duty, where I had all the problems with like noob tubes and stupid stuff that everyone complained
The
about.
perks
Whereas
and all
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
jazz.
like there's always
La-
something that people like kind of migrated towards. Whereas
Yeah.
Last of Us, I don't see hardly any of that at all. It's just really all it comes down to is your teammates. If
Mhm.
you get good teammates that will stick with you and revive you, or know how to prioritize, whether to move off the group. If you stay with your group, it's 4v4. I said earlier, if you stay with your group, you can usually hold off pretty well. But a lot of people don't play that way. They aren't used to
Yeah.
playing, way. But it really takes on that whole aspect of basically they try to make it like as if you were
Surviving
well,
through.
let me start this sentence over. They try to make it if it was 4 people versus 4 people in an area in an apocalypse, like
it sticks true to the main game.
Right,
Yeah.
and it's like everything makes sense. Like you collect parts is their word of points.
Yeah.
You collect these parts and you use these parts to upgrade your guns.
That's basically your XP and
yeah,
stuff.
and like your upgrades in your ammo or like armor or your bonus weapon is like kind of like their version of kill streaks or point streaks, I guess nowadays. But I don't know.
I don't know.
Who knows? But like, it's just got all these cool like aspects. It's just straight up kill 20 lives, and if you stick together, you're gonna be rewarded. If you're true to your team, and if you can't just go out there and just start trying to rack up kills.
Yeah.
Because first of all, like when you get in combat with some person, like you could do like everything you do to another person. Like if you get hit with a bullet, you feel it in like. You can feel it with your controls and how much control you have over your character. Yeah, it's very like it really screws you up, and like the hook of that game is kind of the listening mode. I won't say hook, but as far as the playthrough mechanics,
yeah, you're kind of cheat mode. Way, so it's not overly difficult.
Yeah, like where you can pretty much see through walls of where players are going,
if they're making noise.
Yeah, if they're making noise. Yeah,
it's
it
very,
could be
like,
sitting still.
Based.
Okay.
Yeah, like it builds upon that, as far as what you're building and how you need to play with your team.
Yeah.
In order to survive in a situation like
it's kind of like it builds off of like SOCOM and the really necessity to play team based and to play smart and use cover and be more sneaky to get to objectives. Then I'm just going to run out and go to this flag and shoot everyone on my way there.
Yeah. And the aspect of, being down is just so important to that game, because when you shoot someone, you get a certain amount of hits for them and they go down, and their teammate can come up and revive them, or you can, burn more ammo to kill them. You can run up and do a special execution and basically, humiliate them, or you can, beat the crap out of them and save your ammo that way, or you can just leave them there and try to pick off anyone that tries to help them.
Yeah.
You gotta
use them as bait and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can do that, or you can be like, okay, I don't have time to kill them, or I don't have time to wait around. I gotta get out of here. Let's get rid of them. Or you know what? I'm just gonna bank on ditching him and stuff. And sprinting is the only thing that sprinting and shooting shows up on the map, and that's it. So like. You hear someone sprinting, you can obviously tell kind of the general direction in real life that, I hear footsteps over there. And that's kind of also the way you get to use the listening mode is someone moving around. You get to stop and hold on and listen and use that to your advantage. And I just, that's my team. I love it.
I wonder what
I'm sorry.
Amazing headset would sound on that, because it sounds like it prioritizes listening.
It's nice.
Yeah, because I use Astro 840s, so those are amazing. The 7.1, the amp. If you don't have one, get them. They're awesome.
Yeah, I've got a PlayStation headset, the 7.1, and it sounds great.
Beautiful.
On TiLu.
Oh man. Yeah.
So as let's say, does listening mode kind of play a factor with that? Like,
it's more of a sight thing than like an actual listen. It more shows. It's like listening.
It shows
your character
like listening is
listening.
going to help, granted, in games, but like I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
that
more
mode in
sight.
general is more of a sight. Like you can see through the wall and see like just an outline of a figure running in a room or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, it still
it's
does.
Called listening mode.
Yeah, it
Just
does
'cause,
sound
like,
amazing.
heightened senses, really.
let's say, oh my god.
Yeah,
I have an advantage.
And if you're sitting still, like in a building, you can hear like stuff around you and people walking or running.
Like you
especially.
can hear like other people, like everything they call out. I know in Call of Duty it was
call outs.
You had like you had your team, like they would say stuff to each other, or they had like vocal scream or that stuff, and the other team couldn't hear that, because then that would, I don't know, like maybe was it?
I don't know if those never helped me whenever I was playing.
I'm trying to think of
Did
what it was exactly that
TiLu?
they had that like between.
Well, in TiLu you can call out, you can mark players.
Or no, here, okay. It was whenever you were reloading. Your guy would call out reloading and stuff like that in Call of Duty. Whereas
I know
TiLu,
they do that in Ghost, like
Ghost is the only one I haven't played.
They always
played
yell that.
Black Ops 2 is that. Yeah, like, where Last of Us, if you like, and they.
Anytime you open your backpack.
Yeah, you can hear everything the opponent does. It doesn't censor some of that just for the game's sake, whereas Call of Duty is like, oh, he said, my guy just shouted reloading, but I'm okay because the enemy can't hear that.
Yeah.
The other guy on the other side of the screen can't hear that.
But when you mark people and it's like, oh, we got a hunter over there.
Yeah, it's like, hunter over there. You can hear
you can
a guy.
hear that.
Because you can mark people and it'll show up on there.
If you're on the opposite team.
map.
Like I was in a room and I
It'll show up on
heard
the map.
someone yell that and I was like,
It'll
oh
have a
crap,
little-
like they're here.
Yeah, it'll have a little arrow that points down to him on your main screen, and it has that, and like, if you get marked, you can hear someone from across the way and be like, oh, I see a firefly, like way across there, and it's like, oh, okay, so someone got marked, like, based on where you are, you can kind of be like, okay, maybe it was me, but like it tries to make it as survival
as
of the
possible.
fittest, as possible.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
Need to
my
play
favorite
it.
multiplayer.
yeah.
It's
it
not
does
for
have.
me. It's too many aspects.
Is it
it
kind of
took me
slow?
It is.
It is a
slow.
slower
Like
game,
you
yeah.
can't rush it at all.
Okay.
You've
Yeah.
really got to take your time and collect parts, or like you get punished immediately if you don't.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
The maps are pretty small too.
Yeah.
The maps are
Like
fairly
it's
small
weird. It's
compared
like not too big of maps, but not fast paced as the map size.
Yeah,
should
it's
allow.
because you take it the pace. They force the gameplay
Because you have
itself
to
is
like build
forced
your own
slower.
ammo and stuff. So like if you
Huh.
run out, you're screwed.
Okay.
Like, good luck meleeing only. That's gonna be tough.
Unless
Yeah.
you like build
And,
yourself
like-
a melee weapon.
Yeah.
what I said about like how you feel like if you get shot you do that,
Yeah.
if you get shot you can like you get shot once even if you have like full health and the other guy has no health, it's pretty fair as if he's better he's gonna you can make it easily just because of what the game mechanics has as far as how it reacts and how
Just the pushback, like when you get shot and you're aiming at someone, like you get pushed back, it throws you off balance. Like it's
It's
really
not-
hard for you to make that shot. You can't just fire and spray or whatever.
Yeah.
and it's not like Halo, one of the Halos where if you're aim down sight,
Yeah.
it'll cut you out of that. It's not that because it's a third person game actually.
Yeah.
But you do have zoom in, and you can still zoom in, but it kind of like takes you back, and you have to kind of move it and stuff, and like just. I don't know.
It sounds awesome.
You could just talk
I need to
about
get
Last
it.
of Us all day.
I literally could. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
But yeah, other than multiplayer, like I've been playing through. I just got to winter in the grounded mode,
Oh, wow.
and I actually ran into a glitch yesterday, which I saved on my PS4.
Oh, I watched that.
Luckily, to my new
Interesting.
functionality that I found, but I tried to post it, but it wouldn't go through. I'll try to get it up at some point. But it was the one where you're with.
Spoilers? No, I don't know.
No spoilers.
Okay.
It's the one where you just killed a deer, and you're fighting off infected with the guy you run into.
Yeah, David.
David, yeah. And like it was like you're huddled up in the shack. And
I
you
mean,
shoot, like,
spoilers if you've never played it, but yeah.
okay, yeah, you're huddled up in the shack.
Oh, I'm gonna
It's
kill a
it's
deer
one
at some
level. It's
point.
not gonna spoil the story, but like you're huddled up in the shack. There's windows. Typical. They're coming at you.
Yeah, you
fend
gotta
them
shoot
off.
out the windows. And,
Yeah, survive for this amount of time and before he decides, oh, we can go through this door over here, and that
Yeah,
spoilers.
that
I guess.
sucks.
But,
That's one thing that I didn't like about that, how regimented that part of the story was.
Yeah, that was a little off.
It was an interesting level, but
But I mean,
Sorry, what
I
was
feel
the
like
glitch?
all the other games are good. Not games, other parts of the game.
yeah.
But it was like I tried to pick up an arrow or like some ammo that was on the ground, and it like launched me up in the air. And I
Whoa.
landed on top of the roof,
Nice.
and like I couldn't see the ground. All I saw was like the buildings and the characters, and like I could still shoot the zombies, but or the infected, but like I could jump down and run around the map pretty well. If I got too far from the shack, then like I'd lose. I couldn't see like the snow or anything. But if I got closer, I could kind of see
That's insane.
everything pretty well. But like I could like I walked up. You know how Ellie has the pocket knife
Uh-huh.
as her melee. I walked up to one of the infected and just meleeed him to death because he wouldn't attack me. Which doesn't. He was a clicker.
You glitched out of the map or out of the game,
I know.
but you were still there.
I feel like
That's
I've been
weird.
run into a lot of glitches, like in one of the Pittsburgh.
Oh, don't talk about all the glitches. It's a perfect
I'm
game.
sorry, I'm sorry. I mean, developmentally, it's as
Yeah.
far as the story and functionality, not functionality, but
It's
it's good.
stuff breaks sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. I didn't run into any of it with PS3, but
Mm-hmm.
Huh,
I mean,
old gen.
yeah.
Let's go.
Stay true. No.
Psychos
But yeah.
into frat snap, right?
Gosh.
The frat snap.
Dude, they have that as a gesture.
Really?
That you can buy on Last of Us
Oh,
multiplayer.
what?
He goes. He does that. I'm
I
like,
have to-
I'm buying that.
You-
I have to buy
probably should.
that. I still
I'm
do
definitely
that.
buying that.
That's awesome.
Oh man,
That's awesome.
they have this button where you can click it and he does a gesture and like you do a fist bump or a.
Like a salute,
Yeah.
or like they made a lot of
Yeah.
cool things.
That's awesome.
So basically, they had an extra button.
They had an extra button.
Yeah.
Like, sweet.
That's
What should
literally
we use
what
this
it was.
for?
Oh, taunt for sure.
They have something that's like you can gesture like go away or like come here.
Huh.
Like I guess you could try to use that in certain situations, but
That's
Like,
all
really
about
wanna
frat
Right
Mind
snap.
game. The other like,
Yeah.
oh, I know.
It's
that's
hard to-
not
it's hard
my
to-
teammate, but
yeah.
I've
go.
never
I'll
used
check 'em
one.
out.
Like I have one because I unlocked it, but I've never actually used it. Like ever.
I used to use it with I think I had Salute. Well,
Hmm.
I used it. I don't know.
Well,
It was like a celebration type thing.
Yeah.
Not like, yeah.
good old T-Lou talk. Well, I think, man, we've had a lot of good conversation.
Heck
and
yeah.
I learned a lot about like MLG
Yeah.
gaming and Halo and stuff. Like, I loved Halo. I had an original Xbox. I loved 1 and 2, and I just played the story. I mean, like I said, I suck at killing things, so I wasn't multiplayer aspect. So that was like eye-opening and awesome to have you come by and
Heck
chat with
yeah.
us, Micah. Thank you very much.
It's been an honor. I can't thank Cooper enough for actually introducing me to you guys.
Yeah.
Without him, I wouldn't have probably been able to see,
yeah.
actually been able to have this opportunity to come on here and kind of talk about
Yeah.
competitiveness.
It's
and
not, you think about it, like we talk about this, like no matter what happens with this, it's really fun to get around and talk with
Mhm.
people.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's been a cool experience.
nice.
So shout out to Cooper Bags for listening
Shout out to
and
Yeah,
passing
for real.
Micah along to us and making this connection. It's been really fun.
But yeah,
Definitely.
no, if you guys ever come to any tournaments or anything, definitely show up. I do LAN parties all the time. I'll tweet one of you guys up, like, hey, we're having a Halo. Come hang out with us. We got
Yeah.
a bunch of
Yeah.
top players. Just hang out and
Hell yeah.
Okay.
enjoy the scene.
Very
Definitely
cool.
We'll do that.
So our special guest, semi-pro player Micah Rice. You can find him on Twitter at Micah Salty Rice, Micah Salty Rice, and I am _Brookalary on Twitter. Cole Penrice, you can find him at Cole Penrice. Go figure.
Yep.
And Zach is always over at Zach Drinks 40s.
That's true.
It's been real,
Because
guys.
he does.
Had a good episode 11. And we're looking forward to talking to you guys next week. Let us know. Send us in some of your drink requests. If you got anything good you think we should try to mix or buy some beer, let us know. Look at our Twitch streams. Cole's going through grounded mode. He's twitching that a lot.
And
Yeah.
Bro, I'll
multiplayer.
follow. I'll definitely follow. Holy
Okay.
crap, I have mine too. Yeah, I've been.
Oh yeah, play your Twitch stream. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no, it's twitch.tv/salty. It's salty with 6 Y's.
Nice.
Fun little story with that. I just kept hitting Y until they gave it to me because
Yeah.
I couldn't
I mean,
get the
okay.
original.
Yeah.
I do that with my gamer tag as well. It's 7 Y's, so nothing matches up with me. So
That's
That's
funny.
why my Twitch is ForteWin2
Yeah.
because
they
I
couldn't
took
get
my first name and didn't remember the password. But
Yeah, I had to
I'll
do-
just keep adding numbers until I remember my
1,
damn
2, 3, 4.
username.
1, 2, 3, 5.
Jeez.
555. No,
So, yeah.
111.
You can find Micah streaming. You said you stream Halo 2 mostly.
Yeah, Halo 2 right now.
Awesome.
MCC when it starts to come out, you'll see me. I've been streaming pretty consecutively the past couple days.
All right.
Getting more religious with it.
Cool.
I just want to get that 100 follower mark.
Yeah,
have
nice.
Twitch contact me and say, hey, you want to start getting paid?
Fun.
Yeah.
I
So-
think it's 100. I don't know if it's more than that.
I think it just depends on the consistency of the views because I'm looking into streaming too for RuneScape at least.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you'll with Halo 2, yo, dude, it's cool because with the streamers and everything, like if you don't have a very popular, like kind of a right population game,
Mhm.
you're always gonna be on the front page. So
Yeah.
people are gonna be like, oh, let's go to his stream,
Yeah, that's nice.
and you're always gonna have traffic coming through. So it's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so go check him out. Help him up his follower count if you like watching some Halo, getting into some nostalgia, prepping for that Master Chief
I'll
collection.
probably have to check it out.
Yeah, if you
I
just want
definitely
something to
will be.
watch, I think it's super fun. I used to watch Titanfall, and I never even owned a Xbox. So, yeah, check out him, Micah Salty Rice on Twitter. You can find all this info there. Follow the podcast at GCL Podcast, and keep up to date with us online on Twitter is the best way to communicate with us. And it's been fun, and we hope to talk to you again next week.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
See you guys.
Yes. Swag.
Okay, let's cut that
Let's ruin it at the very end.
out. Way to ruin a whole podcast. Now we have to re-record.
Jesus,
I
man.
lost the whole
Jesus.